up to this, but I'm gonna tell you what led to me not being a stripper, like a in-person stripper. That's the best way to put it, an in-person stripper. Um, I have been working like so hard. My days and my weeks was just running together. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't nice. It is what it is. And I remember I was sleeping in the van. So I was one of the original van lifers. Nah, not really. I could have did that so much better if I'd known anything about van life though. Life would have been so much simpler if I'd known something about van life. And I so would have done it. I ain't lying, for real, for real. I just gotta put it out there. It was a missed opportunity. It is what it is. It's not necessarily something I want to relive now. I'm gonna do cool. I am planning and pursuing car camping, but just not van life living. Yeah. But anywho, this woman, this is I guess you could say an out of body experience, not mine, hers. I was working at Walmart, and what I was doing was I was sleeping in the van all week because gas was crazy. Now, seeing how much it is now, it was nice. But to me and how much money I was getting probably about $500 after taxes for working at Walmart at that time. And between that, paying my cell phone bill, helping to pay car insurance because I was on my mom's insurance at the time, and hers was already had, I think it was, excuse me, 430 something without me, and it rose up to 5 something, excuse me, with me added to it. But anywho, long story short, I was so tired. I had already gone to the local fitness area to take a shower. Where we lived at that time, it was like in the boondocks. And me driving all the way from there, coming up, going to school, coming up, going to work, and then going back, it was just, it would have been too much. I wouldn't have had enough money for that. Putting gas in the gas tank, paying my cell phone bill, all that. It's just too much. Even the daggone cell phone bill was ridiculous back then. I love the fact that I only pay $57 a month now for my cell phone bill. Because back then, when we first got contract phones, them daggone bills was like $200 a month. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying to y'all. But anywho, this woman just, it's like she was in background and she came to the foreground. And when I say this, I don't mean as in she was in the background and I noticed her. No, what I mean is she was standing there. She was about to get in her car. And out of nowhere, this lady looked at me. I mean, it's like, I had the window rolled down and everything, just trying to get some air in there and stay cool because it was in the summer. She just looked at me. At first she was like getting in her vehicle, dazed, and then turned and looked into my window. And she said, "Rashonda, it's going to be okay. You will never work for minimum wage another day in your life after you leave from here, and I can promise you that it's gonna be okay." And I was like, okay. And then she had that dazed look, coughed, she looked at me, she gave me a smile as if to say, okay, you looking at me, so I'm gonna smile at you. I smiled back and she got on her vehicle and then she was gone or whatever. One second, y'all. Good afternoon. Hello. Could you take me off your list, please? Thank you. This woman has called me 3 times in a row. I lie to you not. And I like the synchronicity. Don't get me wrong. I actually love the synchronicity. Because God uses them to give me, signs and whatnot. But that's a little much. Anywho, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Then she left or whatever. Well, needless to say, like a couple of weeks later, I was trying to do something naughty. I was trying to lose my virginity again. And I do mean trying to lose it again. I don't mean anything crazy like some people are like, oh, she's born again virgin. No, that's not what I'm saying when I say that. Let me make it clear. Matter of fact, let me just go all the way into it so we'll be real clear. Yes, I had a negative experience, or rather a version of me had a negative experience when I was 5. And I'll go into that another time. Maybe put it in a playlist all by itself, if need be. But outside of that, though, when I say a virgin again, or rather not a virgin again, when I say trying to lose my virginity again, what I mean is I wasn't fast or hot in the behind and things like that. That's what he used to say when we was growing up. What it was is when I really liked somebody and I actually felt like I wanted to lose my virginity to that person. Like, I really want to lose my virginity to this person. Like, this will be a good way to have the perfect experience. And even though I'm gonna tell you this right quick, my idea of a perfect experience of losing my virginity, in some ways, it actually was the perfect experience. If I told you how, you would look at me like I was crazy. But we're gonna leave that over there. And needless to say, it definitely didn't happen with this person that I'm about to talk about, or any of the other 10 or 12 other people, probably 20 other people that I tried with before I actually lost my virginity to my twin, which, like I said, was perfect. You would look at me like I'm crazy if I told you the when, the where, and the how, but it was perfect, and I'm glad it worked the way it did. But anyway, my point is, I was trying to drive to this particular person's house. I had went and did everything I seen my mama do. Here's one of those, what mama said again. But in this case, it's not what mama said, it's what mama did. My mom was always a very clean woman, especially when it came to sex. She was extremely clean. What I mean when I say that is, you know, I grew up around a lot of people. I've sat and talked to a bunch of people, and it's just certain things. And I guess I don't know if it's because I'm a country girl, what, I don't know. But it's we do things a little different. You know, where I'm from, or rather, when I say where I'm from, I mean, and this is the first time I'm ever gonna give any type of positivity, or a lot of positivity when it comes down to the females in my mama's family. One thing I can say, when it came down to my mama, when it came down to her sister, when it came down to her mama, and I'm gonna leave it there. Her mama, my mama's sister, my mama, and then me. One thing I can say about us is we are extremely clean people. When I say clean, what I mean by that is when you are a woman, it's just certain things that you should do as a woman, you know? You know, it makes sense for you to use sanitary napkins or tampons. It makes sense for you to use feminine wash, and not just before, during, or after a period. Anytime that you feel the need, or if at all part of your regular feminine hygiene, you should use feminine wash on your private parts to keep everything smelling fresh, and clean. If there is no abnormal odor, you know, I've always believed puss should smell like puss. I mean, like, literally, it should smell like puss. Now, you know, we have also have some other things that you should use, especially if you're hot natured and it's hot outside. Whether you use panties or not, I personally don't. You know, I put them on to take them back off as like a sexual gift wrapping paper. That's how I kind of use panties, as like gift wrapping outside of that, because I'm a very hot natured person. I don't use panties usually, but even if you do it, you don't, you know, we have a special thing that's called feminine deodorant, you know, so whether you shave down there or you don't, if you're a hot natured person, yeah, not only will you be able to smell your puss, but other people may be able to smell your puss too, even if you clean it properly and it smells like it's supposed to. Puss, you use feminine deodorant. I can't believe we're having this conversation. And dishes, you know. Dishes are very fundamental things to use. You know, some people even use them as enema bottles as opposed to buying an enema bottle. And if that's your thing and that's what you feel the need to do, then, you know, maybe fill it up with a little bit of water and vinegar and do your thing for the enema. But in this case, I mean the way that the reason why it's originally created for females, you know, if there's an odor down there that's not supposed to be down there, yeah, dishes, that's what they're for. The only reason why I'm saying any of this is because what I did as a young female, probably 18 going on 19, or 19 going on 20, in there somewhere, I went to the store and bought everything that I needed, didn't know what